Welcome everyone. Let's raise our kundalinis and put the bandhan on. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to today's session. For those who have just joined us, we've just raised our kundalinis and put ourselves in a bandhan. So just give you some time to do that. With the rest of us, let's just take a few nice deep breaths in and out and settle our attention. Okay, let's put our hand towards the water and put a bandhan on it. Let's vibrate the water. We ask the Lord of the ocean. We want the essence of the quality of the earth, the salt in there that we've put in there as seawater, to be vibrated. So literally the water molecules are at a higher energy level. So, and the bond, and scientifically it's been proven that when you're vibrating the water, even the bond angle of the water molecules change. So when we actually put our feet in the water, they have the ability to then absorb the negativity in there and cleanse us. So let's just vibrate that with the mantra for Shri Samudra Devata. Om Vaneva Sakshat Shri Samudra Devata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmalati Namo Namaha. We'll put our feet in the water. We just put our hands together, bow our head. We just humbly surrender today's session to divine blessings of Shri Mataji. Requesting to be present during our collective foot soak sessions, and if possible, for us to achieve our thoughtless state and our doubtless state today, to cleanse our energy centers and channels. So let's start today's meditation with the three great mantras. I've actually got the mantras with the captions there. So please, if you have not ever recited it, feel free to recite and practice. If not, it's also got the meaning of three great mantras underneath. So I find a lot of the times, even having that desire in our heart, the attention on the Sahasrara, and then reading, listening to the mantra, practicing, or even understanding the meaning of it, and surrendering to that starts the vibrations flowing quite well.
Shri Adishakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Kalki Sakshat Shri Sahasrar Swamini Moksha Pradayini Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Shri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha.
So with our attention on the Sahasrara, just let's watch our hands to see what vibrations we are feeling. Let's move our attention to the base of our hands, just near the wrist, on the left and the right, where is the place of the Muladhara, the first energy center. Here we invoke the prayer to Shri Ganesha to please establish the essence of the quality of Muladhara, the purity, the chastity, the innocence, the wisdom within us. And as the foundation, Shri Ganesha is also present on each of our 7 energy centers, other 6 energy centers. We just keep watching. If we find our attention is distracted and we're getting thoughts, again, just watching the thoughts. Is it going into the past or is it going into the future? Are we going into the left, the superego and subconscious, or the right, into the ego and the supraconscious? So we pull our attention back to the center again. Say, I'm not this thought. And bring your attention back onto your hand. If you're still finding it hard, just look at Shri Mataji's photo or the red spot on Shri Mataji's forehead. And the Sanskrit word we use for I am not this thought is neti, or not this, not this. Neti, neti, neti. It's as if you're just flicking off the thought, not this, neti. I had the 16 names of Sri Rama set up for clearing of the right heart today. But what we've got for another 5 or 10 minutes, we can actually meditate to clear out collectively any other energy center that people are feeling, catching. So I've got, you've got permission to unmute yourself. So please feel free. Say if there's any particular finger, any particular energy center collectively you would like us to work on today. Vishuddhi is the first request. So let's move our attention onto the Vishuddhi at the base of the throat, the Vishuddhi chakra. Still keeping our attention on our hands, on the Vishuddhi finger, which is the first finger. You should start feeling the vibrations flowing and working. You can use our right hand to put a bandhan on the Vishuddhi. Circle round and round and throw negativity into the water. We can throw it into the ether. Om Nima Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri
Nirmala Devi Namo Namah.
Mother, please let your lotus feet come onto my Vishuddhi. Please let me be part and parcel of the whole. You can do another exercise for the Vishuddhi that Shri Mataji has shown, which is just like we raise our Kundalini, we put our hands in the front, left hand stable down at the base of the spine, moving up, and right hand going around, just like we do raising of the Kundalini. So we go up and over towards the Sahasrara. But now, instead of putting a knot at the Sahasrara, you just keep going up and up all the way as far as your hands will stretch. And then keep your hands up in the air with the palms facing each other. The tension on the Vishuddhi, the base of the throat, tension in that space between your hands, right on the top of the head, just stretching it as high as possible into the ether, into the realm of the collective consciousness. Mother, please let me be part and parcel of the whole. Let me be the drop that dissolves into the ocean. Now we bring our hands down, take it to the back. We clasp our hands together in the back and then just push our shoulders as far as possible. So it's as if you're pushing your hands, clasped hands away from the body. You'll find your shoulder blades kind of getting together. Just pushing it back. Again, attention on the Vishuddhi, on the base of the throat. Mother, please let me be part and parcel of the whole. Bring our hands back on our lap. Leave our attention that space above our head, just above the Sahasrara, back at watching our hands. Watching the vibrations coming in. And see if you can feel the vibrations flowing through, coming in and flowing into the body. And where are they going? Which energy center are they nourishing? You'll feel the change on your hand. From the Vishuddhi, let's pay our attention to the center Swadhisthana, the second energy center. Again, let's rotate. Use our right hand to give a bandhan. As we are saying the mantras, after a few bandhan, just throwing that negative. Om Sakshat Shri Saraswati Brahmadeva Sakshat Shri Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmalati Namo Namaha. Please give me pure knowledge, pure thoughts, and pure attention. Please give me pure knowledge, pure thoughts, and pure attention. Hands back on our lap, attention on the two thumbs on the top of our head at the Sahasrara, keeping our attention on our hands. And the two left and right thumbs. Okay, and if we find the thoughts are going, just watch them, nape to nape. I am the spirit. Okay, let's move our attention to the right heart. We'll place our left hand on our right heart. This is the center that usually captures when we take on too much responsibility, or we feel that we are responsible. We say, Mother, verily you are the responsibility within me. Mother, you are the responsibility within me. Here, the attention has to be on improving ourselves, not on others, not what others are doing, but how are we? Where is our attention? What are we doing? Are we keeping within the boundaries of good conduct? Are we looking after ourselves? Are we looking after our ascent? Are we doing things for our ascent? With the responsibility to ourselves, to our spirit, to our spiritual growth. Mother, verily you are the responsibility within me.
श्री राम के 16 नाम। श्री राम एव साक्षात् श्री राम साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री दाशरथी ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री दाशरथी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री शूर ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री शूर साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री लक्ष्मणानुचर ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री लक्ष्मणानुचर साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री बलि ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री बलि साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री काकुत्स्थ ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री काकुत्स्थ साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री पुरुष त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री पुरुष साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री पूर्ण ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री पूर्ण साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री कौसल्येय ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कौसल्येय साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री रघुत्तम ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री रघुत्तम साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री वेदांत वेद्य ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री वेदांत वेद्य साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री यज्ञेश ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री यज्ञेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री पुराण पुरुषोत्तम ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री पुराण पुरुषोत्तम साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री जानकी वल्लभ
Keep our attention on the Sahasra. Just wash our feet and take it out.
साक्षात् श्री जानकी वल्लभ साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री श्रीमान ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री श्रीमान साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। श्री अप्रमेय पराक्रम ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री अप्रमेय पराक्रम साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः।
And just keeping that attention on the Sahasrara, on your hands. And let's listen to the talk of Shri Mataji. I'm sorry about that little black strip on the screen. That's Zoom doing something which I'm not sure what it's doing. So let's just try and ignore that.
His qualities, if you have to imbibe, first of all, we have to understand the innate situation of Sri Rama. Sri Rama is placed on the right hand side of your heart. Right hand side. right heart. He is placed there. Now, in a human being, there is no right heart. If you tell somebody there's right heart, they say, what? There are 2 hearts or 3 hearts? In our Sahaja Yoga, we have 3 hearts. One is the left, another is the right, and one is the center. Now, the right heart is a very important thing. The right heart looks after the whole lungs, both the lungs, all the throat, the trachea, the nose, the inner part. The outer side is looked after, we can say the features are given by Shri Krishna. But the inner part of it is all done by Sri Rama. They are the same. But one acts as in the inner part, the another as the outer part. It gives you the ears. From the inner part, Sri Rama does. He gives you the eyes in the inner part of the eyes. Now, it's so important to have the inner side all right and the outer side. It's an example of Sri Rama. He never cared for the outer side or the outward looks of a person. Because he came before Sri Krishna, he tried to build up the inner side of a human being. So we can say, though he is on the right heart, he acts through your Hamsa chakra and partly through your Vishuddhi chakra in the inner side of it. Because Sri Krishna, in the inner side of it, is Sri Ram, is Sri Vishnu. So when somebody is, say, not good looking according to the Western standard, according to me the Western standards are rather funny. Because Western standards don't look like, neither like Krishna or Sri Rama. The person like Sri Rama was a very healthy, tall person with his hands up to the knees. Ajanubhav. He is the one who has Ajanubhav. And he was plump. Both of them were plump. They had to be plump people because they were, though they were born of the Agni, he was born of the Agni, but the water is the main element of Sri Vishnu. So they were all plump people. They were not thin like sticks, as today's modern ideas are, to be thin like sticks and like TB patients. But it doesn't mean all plump people are good. We always logically think that plump people are, if mother says so, then plump people are good. It's not the point. The inner side of it, I'm saying. The inner side of it is just the opposite. Inner side of it is absolutely beautiful and absolutely full of love, affection and warmth. A person who doesn't have these things is a sign of a person who is not a Sahaja Yogi, first of all. A person who is very loud, talks loudly, speaks loudly, laughs at wrong places, must be half mad, but cannot be a Sahaja Yogi. See, the softness of Sri Rama goes to the extremes where I call the sankocha, the formality, the formal. But it is in English language, formal is not the word, sankoch. He was once, when he was fighting Ravana, he was taking out with his arrow his 10 heads one after another. And if he took out one, then took out the second, the first one would come back. So because he had a kind of a blessing that nobody can kill him by hitting him on his head. So Lakshmana says, you know for definite that this Ravana cannot be killed by hitting on his head. So why don't you hit him in his heart? So he said the reason is this, that just now in his heart is Mahalakshmi, the Sita. Sita is sitting in his heart. And how can I hit him on his heart? Because she's there, she might be hurt. So what's the use of hitting on the head, he said. He said, because once I start hitting him on the head fast, his attention will go there. As soon as his attention will go into his head, then I can hit him on his heart. See the sankoch. See the sankoch, the way he talked.
Let's continue sitting in meditation for a few minutes, absorbing the vibrations. And then let me feel your presence in the form of Shri Sita and Shri Ram in my heart. Chill the top of the head. Just watching our hands. With these vibrations we feel on our hands and the toes, the way that our spirit is speaking to us about our subtle system, our subtle channels, our energy centers. Once we have the connection of the Kundalini with the all-pervading power, they become the reflection, communication tools. We have our palms relaxed on our lap, fingers all nice and open. That's expressing our desire, the request for the vibrations to come in. As they're flowing in, and keep our attention to see where they're going. And just enjoy that flow. Enjoy the peace and the dissolution into the all-pervading power, the Param Chaitanya. or finish our session. Just raising our Kundalinis, putting ourselves in a bandhan. The vibrations, the bandhan is a form of a divine, is the kavach, or we say the protection around us, the armor. So we keep our attention on our hands and feel the vibrations flowing around us as we are doing the bandhan. The rainbow of the vibrations around us.
कहे कबीर सोई पीर है जो जाने पर पीर.
Thank you very much for your vibrational presence and support today. Jai Shri Mataji, please feel free to continue sitting for meditation for a while longer.
तो जरा धीरे गाड़ी आंको रे मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले.
We do have a bandhan request for today for a young, for a little girl. I think she's 8 months old now, Amara Jane. So if we could please have that request out for whenever you're hearing or watching the video also. AMYRAJAIN. Thank you very much. Your vibrational support is greatly appreciated.
जरा धीरे धीरे गाड़ी हाको रे मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले. ये गाड़ी मेरी रंग रंगी पहिए है लाल गुलाल. ये गाड़ी मेरी रंग रंगीली पहिए है लाल गुलाल. हाँकने वाली छैल छबीली, हाँकने वाली छैल छबीली, बैठने वाला राम भैया. धीरे धीरे गाड़ी हाँको रे मेरे राम गाड़ी वाले. जाओ. कौन से ऐसे महापुरुष हैं जिनकी नैया पार लगती है? सुनिए. गाड़ी अटकी रेत में और जाना बड़ी है दूर. गाड़ी अटकी रेत में और जाना बड़ी है. धर्मी लोग तो पारे उतर गए. धर्मी लोग तो पारे उतर गए. पापी चकना चूर भैया. धीरे धीरे गाने हाथों रे मेरे राम गाने वाले। जाओ। जो परमपिता परमात्मा को मंजूर होता है वो होके रहता है। सुंदर बात सुनिएगा। देश देश का वैद्य बुलाया, लाया जड़ी और बूटी। देश देश का वैद्य बुलाया, लाया जड़ी और बूटी। जड़ी बूटी जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम ना आई, जड़ी बूटी तेरे काम ना आई। जब राम के घर की छूटी रे भैया, धीरे धीरे गाने हाथों रे मेरे राम गाने वाले। ओ जरा हौले हौले गाने हाथों रे। संत कबीर कह रहे हैं, सुंदर भाव। बिलख बिलख के फूट फूट के तिरिया रोए, टूट गई मेरी जोड़ी। बिलख बिलख के तिरिया रोए, बिछड़ गई मेरी जोड़ी, टूट गई मेरी जोड़ी। तो कहे कबीर कहे कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहे कबीर सुनो। जिन जोड़ी उन तोड़ी रे भैया, धीरे धीरे गाने हाथों रे मेरे राम गाने वाले। तो जरा धीरे धीरे गाने हाथों